Did you get ready in the dark or something? 'Cause you look like a beautiful nightmare.
What is up, Pisces? Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Tessa, and this is your October 2021 Oracle and Tarot reading. Long time no see, right? Yeah, so for those of you who have been already subscribed to my channel, I was not able to put out a mid-September reading. I just didn't have time when I got back from Serbia. I just had so much stuff to do, and I had to start working again. So I'm gonna try really hard to put out a mid-October reading. But like, you know, I'm still gonna keep this channel going. I'm still gonna do monthlies and stuff like that. So definitely stick around. If you haven't subscribed already, subscribe. Of course, the readings are not going to resonate for everybody, but I'm always happy to hear your comments and just kind of like let me know, okay? So I already pulled the cards. We're using a few different decks over here. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you what cards I pulled, and then I'm going to tell you what I see going on, okay? So from the Astro Soul deck, I have the Waning Gibbous Moon. I have the Waning Crescent Moon, and then I have the planet Neptune, okay, which is your planet. From the Tarot of Mystical Moments, I have the Justice card, Major Arcana representing Libra. I have the Knight of Cups, which is a Pisces card. And then I have the Three of Swords, which is another Libra card, okay, Saturn and Libra. From Influence of the Angels Tarot, I have the Two of Pentacles, which is Capricorn energy. I have the Nine of Swords, which is Gemini energy. And I have the Page of Wands, which is fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. From the Vintage Wisdom Oracle, I have listening, I have patience, and I have peace, okay? Okay, so whenever I receive these moon phase cards, it really does kind of like pinpoint even like a specific time in October, okay? So the Waning Gibbous is going to occur from, I do have a written down. The Waning Gibbous is going to occur from October 21st to October 28th, okay? October 21st to October 28th. So around this time period, maybe it's because like you could work some kind of job that really has to do with like people and has to do with maybe like events, or like or like some kind of events or bars or festivals or something like that. But I definitely feel like or you could even be involved in something very creative or artistic or something like that. But basically, like as Halloween approaches, there is this like accentuated and focused energy revolving like your immediate surroundings, you know, involving your friendships, like your immediate circle, your friendship, your home life, children, if you have children, and like things that involve creativity, like maybe like creating a costume or something like that, and then daily routines, okay? So things are kind of gonna like speed up a little bit. There could be like a lot of activities happening around this time with like family, friends, children, and just kind of like the daily activities of life, okay? So I'm seeing like, you know, maybe decorating or like putting together maybe a costume or like getting together with friends, family, maybe trying to figure out what you guys are gonna do, okay? So I'm seeing this like kind of developing around October 21st to October 28th, okay? And then once all that kind of settles down, there's going to be a third quarter moon, and then we have the waning crescent moon. So the waning crescent moon begins its phase right after the third quarter, okay? And over here it says surrender, restore, reflections, intuition, stillness. So as like things kind of start to dim down and you're not around as much people and things kind of start to settle in that area and you're spending more time with yourself, it looks like you're going to start to feel kind of amorous, like you want to take action with the Knight of Cups over here. And with the Nine of Swords, like you could have some sleepless nights, okay? There could definitely be something on your mind that is keeping you awake, that is keeping you kind of like thinking. So it kind of looks like there is this like suggestion to kind of like surrender to whatever feelings that you're feeling instead of like being all up in your head about it, instead of like overthinking it and overindulging in your mind about whatever it is that is going on in your head. It's kind of like, you know, follow your heart, okay? And this is your card, Pisces, the Knight of Cups. And you can see that she's like on this flower petal, like floating over water, and she's holding a heart, okay? And she's almost like strumming it, okay? So it's kind of like it's an instrument, right? So she's like playing the tune of her heart. So it's, and it looks like you like to be all up in your head about things. And it's kind of like, why, you know, like why? So there is this need to kind of like balance out, and especially with the Justice card and the Two of Pentacles here, even though these two cards are falling under, the waning gibbous, which has a lot to do with like balancing out your life, balancing out like your friends with your family, and if you do have children, like kind of like, you know, it's about like during that, when that waning gibbous approaches October 21st, it's really going to be about balancing, and you might have a little bit of anxiety, you know, maybe you feel like you're like losing your balance a little bit with the Two of Pentacles over here, but all in all, like it's nothing that you can't handle. Everything is like fine and dandy. You're still able to like make your money and be on, but like there is a little bit of a struggle. Like, I don't want to say there's a struggle financially, but there's like a little bit of like stress when it comes to maybe like financial matters or job work matters. Okay. Just a little bit of stress, nothing too crazy. But like with the Knight of Cups over here, it's like you are feeling amorous, okay? You're feeling a little amorous. You're feeling amorous, but then it's like, and I feel like there is someone that you want to approach, okay? And especially with the Justice here, there could also be a desire to balance things out with this person. Now, this could be a person that you just met or that you have a new affection for, but I'm not really feeling that. I'm feeling more of like a person that you already kind of have in your heart, a person that you have already kind of like expressed affection for maybe in the past, and like things are just kind of like not really going right now. Like that person is currently not in your life, but they have been in your life, so it's like you're thinking about them, or maybe you're feeling a bit amorous and you're wanting to approach them. Perhaps you do want to restore balance in the relationship, but you're also overthinking it, okay? You're also having some anxiety about it. You're thinking about the past. You know, you're a little haunted. You're a little haunted maybe by things that you have done or things that they have done, or maybe just in general, the way that things have like ended, or the way that things kind of like unfolded. There's definitely a lot of anxiety there, and things that maybe like keep you up at night, you know, like you might be a little haunted by this a little bit, but your heart is still like feeling amorous, and your heart is still like feeling love for this person, okay? And then like with the Neptune energy over here, and this is your planet, okay? And Neptune is currently in Pisces. So if you are a Pisces rising, it is in your first house. So this has a lot to do with you. This has a lot to do with like your dreams, and with Neptune being currently in Pisces and in your first house, if you're a Pisces rising, like you could be very much in like a state of like, you know, like things could really be kind of like extra confusing or dreamy for you, you know, like, you know, your mind can probably really take you in your imagination, whether it's this way or that way, okay? And I feel like you are very caught up in the heartbreak as well. But you also have to understand that like this, you know, like perhaps there was a lot of heartache in the past, and perhaps, you know, you did experience heartbreak with this connection with the Three of Swords over here, okay? They're definitely like it's definitely showing that there was pain, okay? That there was pain, that there was heartache, that there was heartbreak. Perhaps the way things ended, or just like in general, the way things like kind of like went, you know, like you really felt hurt, okay? You really felt hurt by this. But there's also this feeling like you're kind of like recreating those feelings for yourself with your imagination, okay? The imagination can definitely, especially with the Page of Wands here, the imagination can trigger us to re-experience things that we don't necessarily want to experience, okay? It's kind of like memories, but it's also, you know, and it's like, you know, it's like a reminder. It's like there's this constant reminder of this heartbreak. And it might not just be this heartbreak with this person, but just maybe in general, like heartbreak in general, and the way that you have experienced love throughout your life, if there's been a lot of heartbreak, okay? And it's just like a matter of, you know, like with the Page of Wands kind of closing up this whole reading over here, it's almost like bringing you back to this, like all these experiences, all these things that you've been through. It's almost creating this like innocence in you. It's almost creating this, it's inspiring this very like timid. It's like you're still inspired by love. You still feel, maybe you still feel passionate about something. You still feel passionate about love, but you're also very like timid. You feel like you're just kind of like looking like, oh, are you gonna break my heart again? Or like, you know, like this girl kind of has this look in her eyes. Either that, or there is like a fire sign that you're interested in. You know, this individual could be like a fire sign, but like there is kind of like this timidness in your heart. There is this, how do I explain it? Like this innocence. It's almost like you have these, it's like you do have love, but also it's like you don't want to open your heart. You would rather like approach, it's almost like you would, if you did approach someone, you would want to do it from a place of like a childlike friendship, or like from like in like a childlike kind of way, or as if like you are, it's kind of hard to explain. That's the best way for me to explain it, okay? It's kind of like I definitely feel a lot of love. But it's also coming from like a very playful kind of energy, like a playful and passionate kind of energy, okay? There's also like another thing that I'm kind of getting with this card is that it might actually be really helpful for you to take that, to try to, like, I don't know if you're artistic or not, if you're like a musician or a painter or writer, but to, I do feel like there is a desire to express yourself, okay? Like I do feel like you have a desire to express yourself or to say something somehow. Whether it's to express yourself to this particular person, like send them a message, you know, like something very like, it doesn't, like if you do send them a message, I don't see you coming out like strong, like with a bam, you know, it's a little bit more like kind of like like easing in, like hi, you know what I mean? Like I'm kind of like feeling something like that. But in all honesty, I feel like there's something that you want to say, like there is something that you want to express, but you're also a little timid. It's kind of like when a student walks into a classroom, it's like they want it, like the teacher asks them a question and it's like they want to say something, but they're not sure if it's the right answer, you know, or they're not sure if like what they're going to express is going to be criticized or ridiculed. So that's the energy that I'm getting there, okay? And then from Oracle or the Vintage Wisdom Oracle, we have a listening, patience, and peace. So like, I really feel like this listening card has a lot to do with listening to your intuition, okay? And like really like just listening more to your heart, listening more to like, you know, your soul and like what is your heart telling you, and like what's your intuition telling you, and to kind of like tune out all the noise, okay? Tune out all the noise, okay? There's also a need to have patience over here. I feel like this patience has a lot to do with patience for yourself, giving yourself time to like heal those childhood wounds. I definitely feel like there could also be some like childhood kind of like wounds going on here, something deeper that's coming up for you that you need to heal, okay? For some of you, you might also have a child, okay, and you need to learn to be more patient with your children. And then we have peace. So ultimately what it comes down to is just like you really just, it's almost like at some point you kind of just get tired of feeling all these things, okay? Because Pisces, I know you're very sensitive. I know you feel a lot of different things, and I know you feel a lot of complex emotions as well. And sometimes those feelings can be all over the place, you know, like love, hate, you know what I mean? Like those emotions can definitely kind of take on a life of its own. And I'm really just kind of feeling like you just want it to settle. Like you just want to quiet it's like you are listening, but it's almost like the more you listen, the more your mind starts to take over, and maybe the more confused you get. And it's like at that point you just kind of pray for peace and stillness, and just to like be like still, and just to like, and do you honestly want to know what can help that? Because the mind does tend to take over. The mind does tend to like lead you in all these different directions. The moment you start just listening to your beating heart, the moment you actually start acknowledging that you are not just these like cells firing off in your brain, ideas, images, your imagination, stories, memories, but actually like feel the reality of your being, okay? You are a human being, okay? And once your heart stops beating, there is nothing, okay? So like and I know that sounds really dramatic and morbid, but it's the truth. And I find that like the best way for me to ground myself and come back to being at peace with my humanity, I guess, and to just kind of like accept, is literally to just not focus on anything except for the physical aspect of my heart, okay? Like the thing that is actually keeping you alive right now, okay? That might actually stress some people out, but it is like, and once you just tune in to that, and once you just tune in to like that you're breathing, and just kind of accepting that you are alive, you might be surprised. You might find that there is stillness in that, and that there is peace in just acknowledging life, accepting life, being grateful just for being able to breathe and, you know, hear your heartbeat and stuff like that. So this is your reading, Pisces. Longest reading so far, but yeah, let me know. I definitely did give a little intro in the beginning. For all my other videos, I did my little spiel at the end of the video. It doesn't matter, honestly. It doesn't matter. But anyway, hopefully if you have not subscribed yet, you'll subscribe. And if this didn't resonate for you, it's okay. I will have more videos, and the next one might resonate. So yeah, but hopefully I was able to help somebody, and I'll see you next time. Bye.